Maple Namu. Hello, and welcome back, or for the first time, to the Maple Namu Podcast. My name is Chris, and I'm going to talk about, my week. I have started working again. I am back at the same place I was working before. I left last December, and now I'm back. Nobody else was hiring in the area. It is really difficult to find a job. So my choice was basically go back to where I was or go to a different city, which is not what I wanted to do. I did want to try going to the public schools, but they're all full. People are keeping their jobs, and I can't blame them. I am a bit unimpressed with a lot of recruiters. It seems that they don't necessarily know what they're doing. But what do I know? Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. But my situation has changed. I am okay with going back to the place that I was before. It's not as much about having a happy job as it is about having a relatively stable job. Where I am in the country, like, all of the jobs are up in Seoul or Gyeonggi. There's very little down here in Gyeongnam. And I like my area. I like my farm. I like my outside space. I don't want to move. I don't want to change cities. So I either work at a place that I wasn't super happy at, or I move. So the choice is a lot easier this time. I don't want my wife to go back to work. If we're going to try and have a child, this is the way. She would probably be too stressed at work. I would like her to stay at home and work on her art and other ways of bringing in money and things that she enjoys. I don't think I want her to stay home because I feel that a woman should stay at home. Honestly, I would love to be a house husband and just stay at home and take care of kids and not have to work. But right now, the best thing for us is for me to find a job, which I did, me to bring a paycheck home, and her to focus on, focus on things that she enjoys and relaxing and de-stressing and getting healthier. I say that a lot on this podcast. So this is where we are. It is my third week of working again. Technically still part-time, but that's fine. It's tough just to get used to going from not working to working again, but I'm enjoying it. I do have a class with the 4-year-olds in a kindergarten, and a lot of teachers don't like teaching that young, but honestly, they're a lot of fun. They're just a lot of singing and dancing, and it's only for 20 minutes a day, so I get to feel like I get my energy from them. They're a bit like charging my teaching batteries, which is nice. I'm also back in the library for some classes and lunch recess duty. I used to be a librarian at one of the older schools that I worked at, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm being put back in there because apparently I was good at it. It should keep it interesting. I think they want to make sure that I have something that's going to keep me interested. I did like homeroom teaching, but there's a certain amount of stress that was just too much for me. But okay, that's fine. Hopefully it works out. I do have another class that is really a handful. There are 6 students in it, and half of them, 3 of the students are just wild. I call them my crazy monkeys because they're just absolutely wild. Every teacher that's had them has struggled with them. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. It seems the only way that you could control them is by being very, strict and stern and yelly. And that's not the kind of teacher I am. So we're struggling. But they seem to like me for some weird reason. And I seem to like them for some weird reason. I wonder if it's because I speak to them in Korean a lot. Their English isn't high enough level to do English only. And I think that's where a lot of their behavior problems came from. They were too low level to be in an English only environment, and they just rebelled, and it created so many problems for every other teacher. But we're getting there. I give them a lot of nagging, because I feel that nagging and making them aware of their actions, how it makes me feel, making it more personal, is much better than just telling them, hey, don't do that all the time. They know the rules. They know that when they're listening and we have a good class, that it's a lot more fun. But they just haven't got it in their heads yet, and I don't know why. But 3 weeks in, it's a little better than the first week. So, I guess baby steps and progress. Other than that, it's just adjusting to going back to working all the time. Waking up, putting on clothes, and going to work. It's kind of nice. I like having the routine. Even if I don't necessarily love going to work every day. Right now, I'm finishing early enough that I get to come home and I can actually do some stuff, which is nice. We've been working on the farm a little bit. Maybe not enough, but it's fine. I was last week doing classes for someone else. Another teacher was having back pain. So she didn't do her classes, and I went up to about 30 teaching hours in a week, and it was just absolutely exhausting. So I hope we're not going to reach that point again. But I do go full-time in the middle of October, and I just feel more leveled this time. It's an okay place for me to be. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. But it's something that I can use to sort of ground myself and give me more time to do other things. I don't have this financial worry, so I can focus on being more creative. It is really nice to be back in the classroom and making materials and things. Well, it's too early to say, but I've been a bit more focused with the podcast as well. And I should have enough time during the week and during my break time at work to work on some of my own things. Hopefully I can get some of them out soon, if all goes well. But I'm definitely a lot more tired than before, but I think it's in a good way. I would be lying if I said I wasn't really excited for the 5-day weekend during Chuseok, because you don't realize how much time you have until you don't have it, I guess. That's my problem these days. But hopefully the weather is nice during Chuseok and I can get some outside work done. We're starting to prepare our farm for next year. We didn't do very well this year, but if you've been listening, you know there's lots of other reasons for that. We're not going to try and use every little bit of space, because I personally think that if we can have a smaller farm that we take better care of, that's better than a larger farm that we don't take care of. And we learned not to plant things on the fence, and we're going to take better care of the trees, because I really want to eat some persimmons, but they all fall off too early. My sister-in-law is moving out, finally. It'll go back to being just my wife and I. And I'm really looking forward to the next year, and I think it's time to get a bit more serious about things. Again, I say that a lot. I say it all the time, but hopefully this is really the time that it happens. So that's just an update about my life, working again, things that are coming. Hopefully you enjoyed listening today. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, you can let me know too. I really appreciate any comments that you can give me. So thank you, and have a great day.